I'm Marie Claire, and I'm 89, will be 90 in June of this year. And I was diagnosed at Boca Regional Hospital in November of ovarian cancer, late stage 3C. And they said it was inoperable and incurable. They referred me to an oncologist, nevertheless, and the oncologist gave me chemo. And in January, he said, oh boy. Oh, he said I would be dead in a few months and that I should call hospice, notify hospice. Well, at that point, and believe me, I didn't think he was lying at that time because I was a basket case. So here I was written off by conventional medicine. And what do I do now? I was bedridden for the whole month of January practically, and unable to even open my own front door. It was a little sticky, but I mean, not being able to open it at all. I couldn't sign my own name. I was shaking so badly. And so, but my son found the name of Advanced Medical Therapeutics and Dr. Mark Rosenberg. And he said in the whole world there was only a few practices like this. And he was shocked to discover that one was in Boca Raton. In fact, it was not only in Boca Raton, it was right off of Yamato Road. And I live off of Yamato Road in Boca Raton. So that it was like, something happened, It was a sign. It had to be. So Dr. Rosenberg put me on an oral regimen, and I've been taking, I think it was starting in February, and I have been taking a weekly IV with vitamin C and whatever other mysterious ingredients go into that immune cocktail, as they call it.
And when you came, what were your results? What was it called?
When I started with Dr. Rosenberg, my cancer marker, I call it a cancer marker. Maybe that is not the technical term, but in the blood tests, there are biomarkers of some sort. And I started off with Dr. Rosenberg in February at 172. The next marker, 3.5 weeks later, was 71, and then it went to 61. So that was as of 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was 61. And the difference is night and day of how I feel. I'm beginning to feel like a human being, like a normal person, and it is so wonderful. Another thing Dr. Rosenberg did for me, he cured my nausea, which no one else could do. The hospital could not do it. They tried. The oncologist could not do it, though his office tried. I explained to Dr. Rosenberg that this was a big, never mind the pain that everybody kept asking me about, that wasn't my problem. It was the nausea. And I couldn't eat. which of course meant my weight was dropping. I couldn't even think of food. And when you're having company coming and you can't feed them and you can't go to a restaurant with them because the very thought is disgusting, it's a problem. So that was really the first thing he did for me, and he did that within days. It was fantastic. He gave me 2 medications, which he said, one of them, I remember him saying, would coat the lining of my trachea and so forth down the digestive tract. It worked. It worked immediately. And I don't know how he came up with this, but he's a miracle worker. He's really a miracle worker. And also, his therapies seem to be cutting edge, because I've looked up some of them, and Dr. Rosenberg told me one of them, taking copper out of the system, excess copper out of the system, is cutting edge. And there are 10 clinical trials going on right now proving, the results of taking the copper out, which I had never heard of that, and I thought I knew a little bit about these kind of things. But anyway, and I have to mention Dr. Rosenberg's staff. He has the most caring, nurturing staff. I feel like I'm in my mother's womb when I come into this office. Everybody is so kind and nice. And that really helps, mentally and psychologically. So I want to, and this staff helps carry out all of his wondrous achievements. So I want to thank him and the staff for the wonderful, wonderful care that they've given me. And they've given me a new life. He brought me back from the dead, really, according to the oncologist, who probably would not believe I'm still here. Okay. Anyone who has a severe medical condition, doesn't know where to turn, I would urge you to call Dr. Rosenberg at Advanced Medical Therapeutics in Boca Raton. You'll be very, very happy that you did.